Hello, welcome back, friends. In the previous class, we were discussing about the classes and objects, and we came across with the examples of how these particular classes and objects are interrelated to each other by taking the example of a student and attributes like name, USN number, and uh, marks of a specific student. And there we have came across with the three different objects, where object 1, object 2, and object 3, and how I have shown how these instances are interrelated to the class object. Okay, so the next and also we have discussed about the certain programs in Python, wherein we have came across how to design the instance variables manually, and how to design the automatic variable instances automatically by using init method, right? So the next let us discuss about the another some more programs wherein wherein how to discuss till today, till the previous programs, we have not used class variables in any of the program, and we have used only instance variables there. So now let me tell you how to use class variables in a specific program. So let us take the same example as that of previous, and here let us change the question as create a class by using class variables. Class variables and instance variables together to solve the problem by increasing the marks or percentage of the student by 0.5%. Okay, 0.5%. Still now, like we have came across it, what are the marks that are present in this particular what are the marks that has been allocated for Rutvik as well as Shiva Prasad, and we came across with all these particular aspects, wherein those particular things acts as instance variables, where these are considered as instance variables, which we have came across in the previous classes. Now, how to define or how to declare the class variable, and where this particular class variable has to be declared. As I said you earlier in the previous video, that in order to define the class, we require class variable, instance variable, as well as a method or a function, right? So here, in order to define the class variable, we immediately after defining the class, here we will be using like a class variable. Let us say percentage is equal to 0.5, which is initialized according to our problem statement, where this percentage is nothing but we are going to raise the marks of the student by 0.5%. Okay, so for all the students, like student 1 as well as for student 2. After this is this is how we are going to declare and initialize the value for class variable. This is nothing but a class variable, whereas these are nothing but, we call it as instance variables. Okay, now after defining the class variable, what is the next step? We have initialized we have used initiate method, as well as we have used the full name method in order to access the full name completely. So the next is how you are going to access this particular class variable in our program. So in order to access this variable in our program, again we have to define a variable. What that particular variable is? Percentage. Define a variable which is nothing but a percentage, followed by cell with colon. And what is the thing that we have to do? We have to raise the marks of a specific student by 0.5. So for that we use self.marks equal to the rise in the percentage will be in the form of a data type called as int, open the bracket, self dot marks, sorry, self dot marks into 0.5. Self dot marks into 0.5. After defining the class with function which is called as rising the percentage by 0.5 of each and every student. Next is we have to, what we have to do, we have to define the, we have to use that particular function in our program. So in order to use that particular function in our program, what we have to, let us go to the output statement here. Okay, so here I have defined full name, marks of the student. After defining the marks of the student, I will do one thing, that student, like I want to raise the marks of a specific student 1. Specific student 1 underscore 1 dot, I will call the method. What is that particular method? Method is nothing but a percentage which we have used in order to define that particular function there. Then open and close bracket. Then again I will print. What I will print? Print std underscore 1 dot marks. Okay, std underscore 1 dot marks. Now let us try and run that particular program and see what we are going to get. Shiva 55. Okay, fine. There is, sorry, we used printf. We have an habit of using printf statement. Okay, see, Shiva Prasad is he was having 55 earlier, and then later based upon that particular percentage we are using 27 instead of 1.0.5. Let us take 1.05, and let us see what we are going to get here. Just a minute. 1.05, rising the percentage. Okay, now run. So earlier it was 55 marks, now it is 57 based upon the rise in the percentage from 1.05 to 1.05. Earlier the marks of Shiva Prasad was 55, now the marks is 57. Are you able to see the differences between the first marks and the second marks? Before rise in the percentage 55, after rise in the percentage we got 57. Similarly, if I use the same thing for student 2, std underscore 2 dot percentage, open close bracket, then use print std underscore 2 dot marks, then run the program. See the difference? Earlier Rutvik was having 80 marks. Now after rising the percentage by 1.05 we got 84. So this is how we can create a class variable and make use of that particular class variable for defining any of the function. Here we have used a class variable called as percentage is equal to 1.05 in order to increase the percentage of all the students. So when I use this particular percentage variable and define the method, what is the method that we are going to use for our program? After defining the method, using that particular method in the output statement will help me to change the values of a particular student, that is change the marks of a specific student. Earlier the marks of the specific student was 55. After rising the percentage by using a method, it is 57. This is how we can create a class variables. Okay, and this is what about another program where we can come across with. Okay, so the next is how to access. This is how we can till now what are the things that we came across? We came across how to create the instance variables manually, how to create the instance variables automatically by using init method, how to create the class variables, and how to make utilize of those class variables in instance variables, and at the same time how to define the class using the syntax called as class space class name with colon with statement 1, statement 2 up to statement n. Okay, so these are the things which we came across in terms of classes and objects. If anybody asks us what do you mean by classes and objects, what we can say, class is nothing but we can say it as a blueprint which helps us to create the objects, and objects are those objects which acts as instance of our class. Without an instance, there is no object. Without an object, there is no class. Similarly, without a class, we can't create an object. Without a class, we can't create an object. And class contains different attributes. Those attributes are nothing but variables which helps us to define the data for those variables using the objects. Okay, this is what about the classes and objects. And here there is one more option wherein I will remove this. Okay, now I want to find the elements of the instance variable and also class variables. What are the elements that are present in the instance variables and class variables? In order to find the elements of or we can say it as keys or elements of instance variables and class variables, what we have to do? In order to do that, we use a particular function which is called as dict. Dict is a function which helps us to identify the number of different types of elements which are present in the class variable as well as in the instance variables. In order to do that, we use a function which is called as dict function. Whereas, so for the same program, I will show you how to access the dict functions here. Okay, fine. Here where we can add everything will be same, and only the thing is we have to let us go to this particular place and let us comment one thing and print the elements of instance variable. Print the elements of instance variable. Here, before doing that, what we have to do? We have to use the particular dict function. So print, open the bracket, std underscore 1, or we can say it as std underscore 1 dot dict. Similarly, print std underscore 2 dot dict and run the program. I think we may get some error. Okay, no problem, no error. Okay, see here for student 1 we got the elements. First is the key and data which is stored in that particular key is Shiva. Last is the key, data stored in the last is Prasad. It provides you the information about the instance variables only. It doesn't provide you the value of percent. It doesn't provide you the information about percentage, where percentage is a class variable. In order to access the key elements of class variable, what we have to do is we have to use, like for example, in order to print the elements of class variable, we have to use print with open bracket instead of std underscore 1 or std underscore 2. Since the percentage is defined as a class variable inside the class, we have to use student dot underscore dict underscore, and when you run this particular program, you can find here, see, this one is related to first instance variable. These elements are related to second instance variable, whereas this instance variables, belongs to a class called as student, wherein it provides you the information about the percentage. Percentage is nothing but a class variable which is defined in the class. Instance variables cannot be defined in the class. Instead, class variables can be defined in the class. Keep this in mind. So based upon that, it is going to provide you the elements of that particular percentage using student.dict. Okay, this is what about the difference between how you can access the elements of instance variable and how you can access the elements of class variables by using the function which is called as dict. Okay, and this is what about for today's class. In the next class, let us start up with the class inheritance and we can move further with the classes and objects. Okay, thank you one and all.